Should I have played the video games before watching this movie? Because I feel like a lot of it went right over my head. What's up everybody, it's me the Nerdy Hero. I'm here to do a review for Warcraft, the movie based off the popular video game World of Warcraft. And right off the bat I'm going to say, I've never played World of Warcraft. I did some research before the movie just so I can try to understand some things. But I still, like I said, I never played the game. I don't have all those experiences and I'm not going to understand all the Easter eggs that this movie is trying to show you. And all the fan service that it gives us. But I'm watching it and I'm going to review it as just a basic moviegoer and what I thought of the film. So a lot of reviews out there are really just bashing on this movie, and as we all know, the curse of the video game movie is always out there. There's never been a really truly good video game movie, and this one is the first of many more about to start coming, including Assassin's Creed, and I believe Uncharted is coming, and again with Tomb Raider. So it shows that they're really going to try pushing more video game movies out, and you know, this one's the first one of this new genre coming in. And is this one the first good one? Well, it's not terrible, it's not bad, it just has issues. Some of the things that I liked more about this movie that are some of the characters, like Daratan, played by Toby Kebbell, which last time we saw Toby Kebbell was... But besides that, he's actually a really good actor. I've seen him in a couple other things, and he comes through in this movie. And some of the things that I really want to talk about is the CGI in this movie. The CGI mixed with the action, it's almost flawless. Like, you think, oh, it's gonna be really cartoony with all these characters and all this magic, but no, it actually looks really real, looks really good, and did a really good job with that. Daratan is the character that you actually follow and care about most in this film, and that's kind of weird to say because you think you may attach more to the human characters, but the movie kind of starts off with Daratan, and you see his progression throughout the whole film, and what ends up leading to him at the end of the movie, and he's actually one of the characters I end up attaching to most. That leaves you to wonder about the human characters, and you start wondering about, you know, are they good? What happened to them? Some of the things I like to talk about is the kingdom that they are established shows that they have created peace with all different races in their kingdom of Azeroth. When the orcs come in through this portal created by Feld Magic, which is like the dark arts or whatever, and it just causes two nations basically collide and who's gonna move, who's gonna budge, and then you see Daratan's character trying to like side with the humans so that they can live in peace, because the leader of the orcs is this dark magic looking guy. He's just, I don't remember names, he's a bad guy. That's what he is. So that's what Daratan's goal is. And so besides that, where does this movie really go wrong? Well, besides the CGI and the great action and like the character Daratan, which is really great, after that it starts to, like, you start seeing all the problems. The first problem that I saw right away was the pacing of the film. It just immediately starts having a 30-second scene here, and then it suddenly cuts to another whole new location. 30-second scene there, cuts a whole new location. Like you're like, wait, you're being thrown around all these locations. And for someone who knows the lore and plays the games, they're looking at these locations and they're like, oh, this is amazing. It's brought to life. I've been there. I've done that. I've been in that room. You know, because they bring those locations to life. But as a film, you're looking at this, you're like, you're being thrown around all the place. So it's kind of hard to focus. The character of the Guardian, player Ben Foster, was supposed to be this character that, you know, this wise mage kind of person, but he didn't really come off that way to me, and it kind of threw me off that I'm supposed to believe that he's the one that everybody relies on. But throughout the whole film, he just keeps disappearing, and then shows up and then does one thing and then disappears again. It's weird for him. It kind of keeps throwing me off of how much I really care about him. Then they introduce you to the young mage, this guy who's training, and they just kind of throw it in your face that he's supposedly supposed to be the new Guardian, but I'm like, how? And he even says he renounced his vows to train as the mage, and he left, and now he's kind of a fugitive. But they just kind of throw like, oh, you're supposed to replace me. Like, I'm like, how is he supposed to replace you? I don't believe that this kid, there's no way this kid could replace whoever this supposedly guardian figure is supposed to be. So I had trouble believing that as well. And the biggest issue that I had trouble believing out of everything the whole movie tried to present to you was the romance between Travis Fimmel and Paula Patton. Now, separately, those characters are actually pretty strong, and I actually like them, you know, separately, but when they try to force this little romance in there, I mean, if it was just like a small hint at throughout the whole film, just one like hint of something maybe in a future film, I'm like, alright, that would look good. But towards the very end, they just kind of force like how far along they are together with no real backstory of how they ended up getting that close. Another thing I really did not like, as I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking to myself, I don't like this subplot that they're forcing in here, was Anduin's son. Anduin's son just kind of is there the whole film, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, I don't like him, I don't need, why is this subplot here? And then at the end of the movie, you see why they have the son there and the whole reason for it, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but I feel like they could just cut that whole subplot out still, and it would have worked just fine. So the son, I didn't like him there. I just felt like it was just a waste of time. They could have devoted some of that time to like maybe thickening up some of the scenes in the beginning of the film where it was all jumping around. In the end, I'm looking at this film, and there's even a little part where they actually tease a future villain, and I wonder who that could be, because again, I don't study the lore. But besides that, it shows that they have a plan to go future in the films. Hopefully this movie makes money, they can make another one of these, because I did still enjoy myself in the theater. I did like watching all the action going on. I like some of these characters. I want to see where it can go. They leave it open-ended so they can make another one of these, obviously, because movie theaters like money and they want to make a franchise. So hopefully they do make another one of these, because I do want to see it. But this one as a whole, with all the jumpy pacing, unneeded character developments like the son and the romance, it just kind of takes me out of the film. In the end, I'm going to give the movie about 5 out of 10. That's where I got to leave it at, because is it terrible? No, but it's not great either. I'm not expecting, Oscar. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting like an Oscar movie or anything out of it, but in the end, it just kind of kept taking me out of the film. I kept looking at these characters. I'm like, I don't care about this one, this one, this one. And I only cared about like a couple of them at the end. So in the end, guys, that's my review. I hope you like it. If you did watch the movie, let me know what you thought in the comments. Remember, keep it nerdy.
And they say that a hero can save us.